Hello and welcome to this presentation from the Psychology Department at the University of Windsor. My name is Dr. Ken Kramer. I'm the Undergraduate Program Chair. And with this presentation, we hope to welcome you warmly into our department and take you through the key figures that you will likely encounter and showcase our program and the various ways that you can get your questions answered as you make your way through the semester. We would like to warmly welcome you into our department. We are very pleased that you became psychology majors. With this presentation, we hope to give you some basic information about the programs and courses that you need to take and introduce you to our introduction to psychology course sequences. There are, of course, some key figures in the department that you should likely get to know. Starting in the top left, we have our department head, Dr. Dennis Jackson. To his right is the Introductory Psychology Coordinator, Dr. Jill Singleton Jackson. Below her is myself, the Undergraduate Chair. And then to my left is our Academic Advisor, who are on-hands know-it-all of our department and courses and programs, Dr. Sheila Towson. And finally, our Undergraduate Secretary is Krista Tourangeau. So when someone tells you that they major in a subject, you can imagine that this represents the majority of their courses. It means you take more courses in that area than you would in any other. You can still take those other courses in other departments as electives, but students have the opportunity to choose one major or even a double major, which is kind of like 2 degrees at once. And there's 200 different majors offered here at the University of Windsor. These other courses then become electives, and they come from all over the university. The university, of course, encourages a well-rounded graduate. So taking a language and perhaps science or mathematics will give you that breadth of understanding of the knowledge before you. But some people, instead of majoring in a subject, will minor in it. A minor is a small selection of courses, not big enough to be a major, but not small enough to be just a little dabbling in these electives. So a minor constitutes 6 courses in an area that's not your major. And there are 50 minors offered here at the University of Windsor. So if there's something that you're really interested in, but not so much to be a major, but perhaps you want to take a lot of philosophy, then you can consider minoring in it. And it may be beneficial as providing a more solid foundation to a direction that you may want to go in, chiefly in psychology, but in your side pocket, having a good deal of depth and breadth in another topic. This would be important, for instance, for employment purposes. Here at the University of Windsor, the Psychology Department offers a number of different program options to best suit your needs. We have a general psychology degree that can offer a specialization in child development. Or we can expand this an additional year to then stretch into the honors program. And some students will take that honors program and attach to the end of it a thesis, a capstone project. You work very closely with an advisor, with data collection and analysis, and a write-up, and that can sometimes turn into a publication. Then we have combinations of our psychology programs with, say, education and early childhood education. There are combinations as well with business or with human resource management and industrial organizational psychology. But let's not leave off a BA in disability studies that will draw many of the psychology courses that you are already taking. So what can a degree in psychology do for you? Looking ahead toward jobs, psychology prepares you. This is called a career readiness competency. By taking courses and engaging in the classroom here in psychology, you learn critical thinking and problem solving. You develop your work ethic and professionalism. You learn about teamwork and collaboration, and you develop effective and clear communication skills. And the careers that open up both in undergraduate and graduate programs from psychology are many and vast. Through graduate programs, it can go into in the areas of clinical, child psychology, forensics, and even health. Of course, this can also move into the fields of medicine and psychiatry, or law school and addictions. If you wish to pursue academic streams, you could go into research, teaching, or both. This opens the door for teaching, for business, business administration, and human resources. You may work in communications and government, or even law enforcement. So this just scratches the surface on what possibilities lie before you. So what's this psychology we just keep talking about? We're looking at the scientific study of the mind, the brain, and behavior in varying contexts, including ones of environmental, social, and biological domains. To get you underway, though, you need 2 introductory courses, 1150 and 1160, that give you a taste of a number of different areas. And those become the prerequisites to all the other courses that you would take. So you may be saying to yourself, what are the various topics that they cover in these 2 introductory courses? Well, there are many. It begins with an understanding of the discipline and moving on then to research methods to look at the toolbox as to how psychologists understand the world around them. You then get inside the workings of the brain and look at biology and sensation and perception. You'll look at consciousness, learning, memory, even emotions and motivation. And then you move on to topics in the subsequent course on intelligence and human development, of stress and coping and health. You'll talk about social psychology, personality, and then look at psychological disorders and their treatment. So what should your fall semester look like? You have your required course. As a major, you'll take Psychology 1150. That's the Introduction to Psychology as a Behavioral Science. And you'll also need your effective writing course from General Arts 1500. To then fill in your other courses, you'll have some electives, one in the social sciences, one in arts or languages, and then one in sciences or languages. There's a link at the bottom here you may click on to learn a little more about how to plan your program. So that's your fall semester. Your winter semester looks much the same for psychology majors. Your course is now 1160. This is the Introduction to Psychology as a Social Science. And then you'll move on to the next effective writing course, General Arts 1510. Here too, you'll have elective courses, 1 social science, 1 arts or language, and 1 science or language. Here at the University of Windsor, we have something unique. Majors with mentors. Let's start with who these mentors are. These are 3rd and 4th year psychology majors who were recruited specifically for the opportunity to mentor incoming first year students like yourselves. Mentors are in the classroom or perhaps virtual classroom, and they work in small groups. And this structured support not just helps with demonstrations or learning about course material, but can even help you transition into university life. What that effectively does is that the mentors, through the virtual classroom, help to create a small class environment out of hundreds and hundreds of you. After taking your introductory courses, 1150 and 1160, what else is on the menu? You have developmental courses, including child, adolescence, adulthood, and aging. You have personality and social psychology, and abnormal psychology. Then we can get back into the toolbox and look at research methods and tests and measurement to see how psychologists come to know what they know. There's health psychology, neuroscience, even child psychopathology. And of course, in 4th year, we have psychology of the family. We have a dedicated psychology advisor, and as we see here, advisors are very, all caps, important. That's Dr. Sheila Towson, who knows everything about our programs and about program planning. So do contact her at the email address listed below. If you have questions, and you likely do, reach out to Dr. Sheila Towson, our academic advisor, and her email address is listed there. Our undergraduate secretary, Krista, can also be reached. And once again, if you wish to very carefully plan your program, we have a link at the very bottom of this page for you to check out. Follow us on social media, through Facebook, through Instagram, and through Twitter, and we'll answer any questions you have there. Thank you again for choosing Windsor, for choosing psychology. I'm Dr. Ken Kramer. Have a wonderful semester.